What is up? Welcome back. We know you love to do it, build it, and make it.
And we're here to help you sell it.
The biggest question we get, or the question that we get all of the time, is I just got myself a laser. Now, how do I actually make money with this thing?
The truth is, the laser part is the fastest part. If you don't master your finishing techniques, you just have an expensive hobby. If you're spending 3 hours to paint a $50 sign, there's no way you're making money on that sign.
So today we're going to show you our speed to market workflow. We have some old footage from a masterclass we pulled together. Now, this is the absolute cheapest and fastest way to finish and assemble these door hangers.
And we're talking weather-resistant paints, UV paints, zero mess painting, and a tape trick that's going to save your sanity. So let's get into the 5 easy steps we use to paint our signs.
You know what, though? I want to grow myself a mustache and beard real quick. All of our kits are done in 5 easy steps. Step 1, we're going to pop out all of our little pieces. We ship these around and we do craft shows. So to keep everything together, we put them in a little frame. We'll just pop them out. They're held in by little weak tabs. Step 2, we're going to paint our backers. It's usually the big round one on the bottom. We're just going to paint it with this little 4-inch roller. Just roll the paint. We have these score marks on the back, but we just want to barely be able to see these when we're done painting, just for perfect placement. Step 3, we're going to paint all of our top pieces, all of our little accent pieces. We're going to paint those the same way, using this 4-inch foam roller. Step 4, we're going to bring it all together with a little bit of this Star Bond thick. It's like a super glue. And we're just going to put it together like a puzzle, building from the bottom up and the back out. Step 5, we're going to throw a ribbon hanger and a bow on it. It's that easy.
We're going to start with our Foxy Hues paints. These are perfect paints for this kind of project. They are indoor, outdoor, and they have these weather-resistant properties. So if you're doing something like a door hanger, they're great for UV-resistant, weather-resistant. You can leave this on your front door. It's going to be perfect for your outdoor projects. Now, these have a little twist cap and a little paint pouch. So we're going to put a little paint on our plate. Just like that. And then we'll be using these foam rollers. We reuse our rollers, so we put them back in the baggie. So we're just gonna open our baggie. We're gonna pop it up so that the little hole is up at the top. You don't have to reach in and grab it. We're gonna put our handle, give it a couple of taps, and we're ready to go. Now, this roller already has some paint in it, so I don't have to soak this roller. It's already got some paint on it. I just want some paint on the surface. And notice how I put my paint at the top of my plate. These are going to look the nicest if you can kind of keep the edges clean. So I'm just going to pick up a little paint on the roller, and then I'm going to roll it off. If you've got paint dripping on your roller, I don't know how well you can see this with white paint, but if it's dripping on your roller like this, that is too much paint. So what you want to do is just roll it off until your roller is porous again. If it looks porous, you've probably got the right amount of paint. Now we're just going to go ahead and paint our backer. We're just going to put 2 coats on everything, but this paint dries really quickly within like 3 minutes. So we're going to put 1 coat on, set this backer aside, start on our top pieces, and then by the time the top pieces are done, we'll be ready to do a 2nd coat on this. It will be dry and ready to go. So after the 1st coat, it's going to look a little blotchy. That's okay, because the 2nd coat evens everything right up. Usually Garrett's doing all the painting. Test Cut Tuesday, he does it all. So
I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, you don't know what to do with yourself right now.
I was just standing there, I'm waiting to jump in.
Yes.
Put me in, coach.
Right. I'm going to set this aside, and we'll start on our top pieces. So Garrett's going to show you our little tape trick here that we use for our top pieces while I punch these out.
For all of our little pieces, I'm going to use this tape trick where I'm going to take some painter's tape. I'm going to get a medium-sized piece, about 1 foot long or so. Not too long where it gets floppy again. This is so I don't have to chase all my little pieces around. You know how they move around, shift, or like to get stuck to the roller?
Yeah. Just push them around on the table.
This way, all my little pieces will stay put exactly where I put them, and I can paint them pretty easily. We'll just pop all these out.
There we go.
And then I'm going to pin them down to my tape. I'll separate them out into my colors. So these are my greens over here. This is my yellow.
Don't forget this little guy.
Oh, I got another little green guy. And this guy's brown. These will all be black.
A separate palette for your...
I'll give them all their
pieces.
own little piece of tape here. Do the old roller swap. Again, I don't have to touch the roller. I shouldn't get too messy during this project.
Well, I mean, it is painting. So.
I said too messy. Almost pop my black one out. I feel like it's already got some paint in here. Now to paint all my top pieces, I'm not gonna push very hard. I'm just gonna kind of let the roller do a lot of the work. I'm gonna need some more.
Yeah, I was just looking at that,
Some more
thinking the same
Bandit's
thing.
mask.
Right. So our white was Ash Avenger white, and this is Midnight Bandit mask is our black.
Again, I'm going to put it at the top of the plate, whatever the top of a circle is. Just going to pick up a little bit, make sure I got a nice even coat. And this is when you really want to make sure that you don't have a gloppy roller and it gets all down. Well, the black's not too bad, but the other colors.
Right. When you're doing these small pieces, it's easy to kind of ooze over the side. So let the weight of the roller do the work. 2 thin coats is way better than 1 thick coat.
Yep. To each their own.
For our trees, we're going to add some Great Escape green.
Now we needed just a little bit of apple stars. This is like that golden yellow and a little bit of brown, just a scooch. So I'm not even gonna bother putting it on our handle. I'm just gonna tuck it out of its little baggie. And because it's still soaked with paint, I'll give it a couple of dabs.
Little tap, tap, tap.
And I'll do the same thing with my apple stars. Ooh, this one's pretty dry. Oh, I got just enough to squeeze out a coat.
Perfect. Now another little trick, we're using 1/4" MDF for the backer and for the words and for the tree. Now for the base, however, we're going to use 3 layers of 1/8" MDF, and we're going to stack these with different colors to have it look like a really cool looking little plaid. So we're going to start with the base. This is red. This is going to be your Cussing Crimson red.
All right. This is a good red. It's nice and poppy. I love it.
Same method. We're going to pop up our roller, a couple of taps. Next, we're going to do Apple Raid Green, which is the light kind of, what do you call it? Like just kind of
like
bright,
almost like a lime green.
Yeah, that's it. That's the word I was looking for, lime green.
I'm not putting any pressure. I'm really letting the tool do all the work for me. I'm just guiding it along using the weight of the roller to paint this thing. That way I don't get any drooly edges.
Drooly.
Drooly.
Drippy.
Drippy. Drooly.
And the top layer of our plaid is going to be in the same Great Escape green.
Oh.
Now we've done 1 layer of paint on everything. We're going to start back again and put a second coat on our backer. It is dry now. It dries in like 3 minutes. So like I said, by the time you move on and do a first coat on all your top pieces, you're back to do your second coat on the backer and all the other pieces. Now we're going to assemble our project. We have 2 coats of paint on everything. We're going to use some Starbond Thick here. This is a super glue. It's great for indoor and outdoor projects or something like this. It's going to be outside with the weather. This glue is going to hold up, and we're just going to glue everything down. As you can see, we have 2 coats of paint on our backer, and you can still see the score marks, but we'll know exactly where the words are so they don't end up crooked and wonky on the sign. Now you can glue either side. So Garrett's gluing the back of this piece because it has all of those holes in it. You can't just glue the back here. We wouldn't know where to put them. But in some cases, it's easier just to put the glue right on the backer. For this one,
I think I'll do that with the word welcome.
you can glue right inside the score marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do that.
Another tip with the gluing, if you get in small areas and you can't just like draw a straight line with the glue, you can just dab the glue. Little dots of glue sometimes is easier than trying to draw a straight line. Sometimes our hands get a little shaky and it's harder to do straight lines.
Again, we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up, and from the backer and work our way up.
Now with this glue, you got a few minutes. You've got 3 to 5 minutes of like this before it gets hard. So you're good to go for a minute. But once it touches another object, the glue activates and you have, I don't know, 15 seconds or so. So you'll want to make sure you get it down and get it perfect quickly. The great thing about this 1/8 inch MDF is that you can glue multiple layers together and make a really cute dimensional plaid pattern like we have here. And here you can see Garrett is just gluing the backer itself because he does have these score marks. He knows exactly where to put the glue. And you can use that dab dab little dots technique for the tight spots.
I shaved while the glue was drying.
Now to finish this door hanger up, we use these ribbon slots. So when we cut our backers, we add a, what is this? You know the exact measurement.
Yeah, it's 1/8 of an inch tall and it's 1 1/8 inch wide.
So we just add a 2-inch ribbon through the ribbon slot. We tie a knot in each one. No hardware needed. Super easy.
Function and beauty all in one.
That's right. And then we add a bow. Truly, the bow is the finishing touch to make these signs really pop. Now we have a whole video on how I make my bows, There are lots of different ways to add bows.
These are super easy and done with zip ties, and you can't even tell.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And it's an easy swap. Untie the knots or clip the zip tie. Boom, you got a whole new top of the sign.
That's how we paint our signs. We can do this quick. We do 3 or 4 at a time just to make sure they get done.
No paint booth needed, no exhaust, no fumes, no overspray. The roller is the real hero in this story here.
And stick around for next week. We're going to show you how to take your signs to the next level with 5 paint techniques.
Now, if you stick to this workflow, you should be able to do any of these 3D door hangers in under an hour. Every Tuesday, I do a new sign, I do a new design, and I'm able to get it done in about an hour.
And that's with all the chit-chatting we're doing because we're doing it live.
That's true, and that's with chit-chatting, answering questions, forgetting things, cracking jokes, and I'm still able to get it done in like an hour. And if you batch these out, I'm sure you can get 3 to 4 out in probably about the same amount of time,
90 minutes.
if not a little bit more. Yep, about 90 minutes, get 3 or 4 of them out. And then that's how you make the money. And you know who else knows how to make that money? It's the Make It Mafia. We love those guys, and that is the best way to support this channel. We have extra files, we have after shows, Zoom calls, but it's really all about the family. You got a problem, a question, the family's got you. You got an issue with your laser crapped out, and you got a workshop coming up, the family's got you.
And the extra content. We've had some fun extra content here lately that's been entertaining that I won't let him put on our social media. So you can always find a little extra content over there on our membership page.
Well, I'm about out of time. I got to go hang out with my buddy Brody. You got to go paint some door hangers. And we'll see you next week where we'll do it, build it, and make it again with 5 paint techniques.